From the roving studios of the West Coast Funny Car Factory, this is a special pop-up Nitro Reports. Presented by your friends at Good Vibrations Motorsports, with performance parts, safety equipment, fuel systems, and superchargers. Sold worldwide at dragparts.com. Stith Printing and Legends of Nitro for all your branding, t-shirt screen printing, and embroidery needs, and home of the new Famoso Drag Strip Vintage Collection at stithprinting.com.
So Donnie, we're back together again.
It's been a while. And we don't have to wear masks. You know, I was afraid you had COVID.
Just 3 feet? No, I don't even know.
It's not 6 feet. Don't worry about it. That's all over with now. I had my shots. Did you?
I will say that I had my shots.
Okay. Well, communists.
So, you missed a great race up at Boise, where they ran the Ignitor. You know, they skipped the Ignitor last year, so this year it's a 50th for the Ignitor and a 50th for the Nightfire's coming up. You know, one of the problems is, that Bucky's always had is that's been his nemesis. That track is his nemesis.
No longer.
No, nope.
No longer.
He's got 2 wins up there now, and
569 he did in the final against Mike Peck, who ran a 568 a little quicker.
Yeah, well, I was down in the top end, and I got video of them as they crossed the finish line, and the smoke's just billowing out of both of them.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, never a dull, in style on the grass. Never a fucking dull moment, that's for sure.
How's that feel, man?
Good, man. My crew worked their ass off. I mean, it's just been one of those events that started rough and ended up good, even though we ended up in the weeds.
Got to run hard in the finals. So
and then
that doesn't matter. You got a whole in between races to fix all that, not between rounds.
Well,
so in
Bucky Bucky had enough time too to build a new chassis to debut there.
Oh, it did?
Yeah. In the time
never ceases to amaze me, you know, what he does up there. And
he's got the coolest shop if you're ever in Tacoma and you can ever get in to see Bucky and see what he's got. He's got an old Ford dealership, and
yeah, Bucky's a lot user friendly nowadays.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you know, people don't be scared to go over there.
Yeah, but don't bug him when he's rebuilding a motor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, we did. And most of that stuff goes to the crew and Bobby Cottrell, the driver, and all I did was stand around and cause trouble. So, so with the great crew I got and the crew chief, car chief Wiener, everybody, Ben, Royce, Ken, I got to get his name in, he'll pout. So, Joe and the whole thread, but it's a team effort, and as you can see, we kind of overdid a little bit in the final, and but that's the way it goes, and lost the brake line when the chute wrapped around the rear end, but everything's safe. Bobby got her to a good stop with no brakes, so all I can say is we're on to Bakersfield, and hope everything turns out all right there.
Thanks,
Well, how about Mike Peck, though?
He was hauling ass, man. I mean, he was running either low ET or close to low ET all weekend.
He ran a 567.
Mike?
He had me on the tree. So that was the difference. Bobby's a good driver. He's got a lot more experience before a lot of these. It's all good. I was happy to be in the final round. A lot of hard work running this car over the winter. Me and my family. It's awesome.
Did a hell of a job, man.
Thanks, Darr. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Darr.
Yeah, unfortunately, man, he left on Billy Morse, the problem child, Eddie Knox's boat. They ran a 565, and hats off to that team with Eddie Knox and them. They've come out strong and come out strong this year. And they've been sitting for a long time, and they're kind of, you know, they're on a real budget this year. And, you know, they did some damage to the body last year and set them back a little. But he doesn't have the funding he had over there, like when he had the Top Fuel Hydro.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what it is, COVID or whatever, but he could sure use some help over there. And he always runs good and big part of our show all the time. So.
Well, that's also why, you know, you see his car and it's got all those stickers on there. There's a reason there's all those stickers on there.
That's how he had the boat too, and I always thought it was like pin the tail on the donkey, blindfold somebody, and let them put their sticker on it somewhere, because it didn't matter if there was an empty spot, Eddie was going to fill it.
That's right.
And
$50, you're on.
Yeah, but he was going to have that boat out there and kicking everybody's butt like the funny car's doing. So
I've got footage, and I'll be running that. James Day ran real well with Jim Broom's Speed Sport car.
Yeah.
So you know, it's like, and then Jeff Moniz blew it up. There's a photo that I'll steal off of Facebook of him diving out of his car when it's.
Guess it got a little hot in there.
I bet it did. And he told me up there that he didn't think he was going to be able to make it to the March meet, and it turned out they got a lot of people come over to help him. They had oil all over the inside of the body, Lucas oil all over the inside of the body, and you know, it's great to see them, that they're supposed to be there. I think they're building their backup motor today, and this is on Tuesday, and they're supposed to be up there on Wednesday afternoon.
Well, that's a hard-working team there.
Oh yeah,
and they have a lot of talent. I have a lot of respect for that team, and if you ever get a chance to look at that car closely, it's pretty detailed and a lot of craftsmanship on that car.
And go buy one of their new T-shirts; it'll help.
Yeah, help that team out. They could really use
a new
it.
stiff T-shirt is now available over there, and that's a Kenny Youngblood designed car. And it's really, you know,
it's a beautiful car.
Just
Everything.
A great job.
You can't pick anything apart on that car.
No, and they built it all out of Keith Clark's garage in Anaheim.
Yeah, like a little car garage out of your residential home,
right.
Not a shop. And
that's right.
That's what the most impressive thing is. But I don't know. I like the matchup between Crable and James Day. You know, there seems to be a little rivalry there, and always has been. James came through with the win. Chris, I think he double-stepped it, or there was some issue with the car. I'm not quite sure. I talked to Chris, but it was some kind of a fumble he did with that. And
well, he was also driving the car that Matt Bynum usually drives.
Right.
So it was not like he wasn't in a comfortable home. You know?
No, but he can step into most vehicles and get them down the track.
Yeah.
But Matt Bynum couldn't get off work. He's working with Dale Worsham on Alexis DeGioria's car. So that's why Chris Crable stepped in and did a fine job.
We're hoping to see Dell, and I know we're going to see Ron Capps up there. I don't think he's going to be driving unless somebody all of a sudden decides to hand him the keys to a fuel altered. I don't think. Burkholder was finished. The
Shakedown guy has that car now.
Yeah.
So I think they got a little ways to go talking to Robert Reel on getting that thing finished. And, nothing's easy. Those things, you can't just slap them together, especially a fuel altered.
Yeah.
You know, who's going to drive it like that?
So
Brian Kono would.
Yeah. Well, Ron Capps will not be a back-to-back victor in the Good Vibrations March meet.
Well, you never know.
You never.
He's walking around the pits with his fire suit and helmet.
I know he's going to have that in the trunk of his car. No,
people are going to see him and go, "Hey,
I'll give up my seat. Let's see if you fit."
Yeah, exactly. It's always fun, and what's really fun is these guys with the nostalgia cars that get a chance to race against Ron Capps and some of these big show guys, that they see on TV every week, and they don't come in there, Ron Capps and all them guys, and dominate all the time.
No.
So.
Good Vibrations Motorsports specializes in the parts you need for gas, alcohol, and nitro engines. If you're muscling a funny car or top fueler down the quarter mile, cutting a rooster tail across the lake, or cruising the boulevard, Good Vibrations has the blower and fuel system solutions for your personal ride and race car. If you want to go fast, really fast, then Good Vibrations Motorsports is ready to hear from you at goodvibesracing.com. Stith Printing is your leader in corporate and individual identity marketing with over 3 decades of delivering the best quality garments for your budget and promotions. At Stith Printing, we offer in-house design, providing strong graphic solutions for any project with fabric screen printing or high-density embroidery. Stith's diverse background and attention to detail gets the job done on time and on budget, then ships the job to your door. Whether you field an international racing team, a statewide construction company, a local softball team in a church league, or the convenience store down the street, Stith Printing has the crew to deliver your next printing and branding project. Now let's get back to more Nitro reports.
Crew's better done.
Yeah. Yeah, we won't talk about that.
I
I just got through with the last lawsuit, Darr.
I wish Cruz would bring that damn car out here, and let's find
He's
a place.
He's been talking about it.
I know it.
He's not entered.
As far as I know, he's not. But he's racing today or racing.
He got beat first round today. Yeah.
So he's got a chance. So Cruz, if you see this,
he's been threatening to come out this year, and they've fired the car. They even ran it at Indy,
right.
And very happy with it. And Cruz is like Ron Capps. He just loves to run the March meet, and he wants to be out here no matter what. But he's got a tight schedule and running that big show car. He got a new crew. They're doing good over there for him.
Yeah, he has been doing well.
Yeah, so we're happy with what he's doing now, and it'd be nice to see him out here.
Well, also, one of the guys who's back is Wally Giavia with his G-Man car. And then also Kamaka Pocock is getting, acclimated. He's a cool guy. His mom is even cooler.
Yeah, she makes a good killer margarita.
Oh man!
Getting back to him, I saw him get his license, and we were standing on the starting line, Bakersfield, and he looked like a veteran out there from day one.
Yeah.
He handled the car, the burnouts, backed up, staged perfectly, got it down the track straight. And I go, this guy's had to have driven before. And they said, no, it's his first time. And he got his license today. And I was so impressed with him. And he's a good young man and handles himself well in front of the spectators and other people. And we wish him luck.
Well, he's used to driving short wheelbase Thames panel trucks with a blown Chevy in it, and his dad was out there over the weekend testing the '55 Chevy, which they've got a beautiful.
I've seen it.
And Kamaka was over driving another guy's Nova, so it's like he's getting as much seat time doing whatever he can, and he'll have plenty to do this weekend.
It reminds me of James Day, man. That guy does some seat time in a lot of different cars. Funny cars, nostalgia top fuel altereds, and has had success with all of them.
So what do you think about Top Fuel for the March meet?
Top Fuel, well, one of my favorites is the Hilton gang over there, Great Expectations. But I really look at Adam Sorokin and that group, the Champion Speed Shop guys, have been working on their car. They've taken a lot of weight out of it. They've been doing a lot of testing. I look for them to step up and win this race. Although Bobby Hilton and his son, Tyler, two Chevrolets.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, which would be an awesome final.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if you see those two cars in the final.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those. Top Fuel's coming back, but it's not quite back yet. There's still a lot of
more cars and
need a Tony Bartone to come on out and do it. Come back.
Yeah. Well, the shot in the arm last year was Tyler Hilton and Bobby Hilton and Allison Lee.
Yeah.
To come back, I mean, everybody started looking at Top Fuel again and saying, "Wow!" And I'll tell you, when Bobby fires that Chevrolet up in the pits, it's pretty stout.
Yeah. There's nothing like the sound of a big block Chevrolet on fuel or gasoline. And then I go back to hearing Chaparral cars back in sports car racing, and as that car would come around the corner and you hear the exhaust as it took off, it's like there's nothing like that sound.
Exactly. What about funny car? Who you picking?
It's hard to pick against Bobby Cottrell and Bucky, but I think that Mike Peck has really got a shot at it. Ryan's been in and won. So there's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a tough field because everybody's had the same amount of damn time off.
It's hard to pick against Bobby and Bucky, but I'm looking at James Day to step up. They got Johnny West over there, and they did a good job bringing that car out. Spike Gore used to be there, and Johnny West came in and picked up all the pieces and put them in the trailer, and they went pretty good numbers.
The thing I noticed about what Johnny West is up there, that he's like a calming influence on those guys, on the whole crew.
He's
a really great organizer, and
he's a hidden secret there in drag racing. A lot of guys are using him now. I know Corey Lee is driving that New Englander car, and they've got Johnny there, and he was working for who's the car Cameron drove for here?
I don't remember.
Out of Texas. Anyway, wherever he's at, they're organized. He's real methodical. He builds a lot of these parts and pieces on the car, so he knows the car's really good. And
somebody you can never count out is Jerry Esposef with Rupert's car.
Yeah. I was. They didn't do much up there, but they had too much time off, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna see. There's gonna be a lot of surprises after a year off for everybody, and they freshened up all their parts and had time to think about their tune-up. So you never know.
No, it's good.
March meet is always exciting, and we know the conditions are always right up there with the track
and fuel altered. It's hard to go against anybody, other than Dan Hicks. He's won 3 times. And won the reunion once, I think. So and that he knows where to click that car, exactly to get it to hit like an 02 or 04 on the 6.0 dial in.
And that's a pretty exciting class, and it's grown every year. So
there's I think they were talking about 20 possible fuel altereds for this event, and again there's Top Fuel, Funny Car, fuel altered, and then there's the Nitro Pro Comp, and that will include rear motor top fuel. Anybody that wants to run in there wants to run on a 590 index.
A 590 index, okay. Yeah, they had that last year, and it's pretty exciting.
It is. It's good
to see a dragster line up against a funny car or fuel altered.
Hey, you remember when they were doing that Winston competition where they'd run funny car against
No Bull Challenge.
that's right, the No Bull Challenge, right? That was a great show.
Well, leave it to the Bowsers to put on a good show.
That's right.
Be innovative with all this stuff, and always keeping the fans on their toes.
Oh, absolutely.
What they throw at them. So
absolutely, and unfortunately, it's going to be a limited crowd. Nothing we can do about that. It's going to be limited media.
That won't change at all because they're for sure freeing up everything.
No, June 15th.
June
when it
15th.
freezes.
Okay, so we're going to have the March meet in June?
I don't think they can afford to move it again.
Well, I know that they're going to take a big hit, and that's one of their biggest races, and that money from that kind of carries them through the year, and they always do improvements to the track, whether it's paving or they redo the grandstands. Every time we go up there, there's something new with the track, They concreted the whole thing in 1 year, and
right.
It's just they're always putting money back into the track.
You put the guard wall back up in front of the grandstand.
Yeah, that's good.
When they push the cars down from the top end.
We needed that. So.
Nitro Reports will be right back. Stith Printing is your leader in corporate and individual identity marketing, with over 3 decades of delivering the best quality garments for your budget and promotions. At Stith Printing, we offer in-house design, providing strong graphic solutions for any project with fabric screen printing or high-density embroidery. Stith's diverse background and attention to detail gets the job done on time and on budget, then ships the job to your door. Whether you field an international racing team, a statewide construction company, a local softball team in a church league, or the convenience store down the street, Stith Printing has the crew to deliver your next printing and branding project. Now let's get back to more Nitro Reports.
Hey, Donnie Couch for the Nitro Reports here. We're about a week away from the March meet in May, right? Memorial Weekend. I got Ryan Konno here with me. We're at McLeod Industries, home of the finest clutches you can get in drag racing and street and strip. So, Ryan, you tested just past weekend. You hadn't been out there in, what, a year? Been in the car?
Over a year since we've run the car.
What's the plan when you go out there?
Well, we went up there this past weekend to go test, kind of knock the 2 inches of dust off everything and get everyone back into the groove as far as servicing the car, getting my mindset back into the car because, you know, it's going to take a little bit to get back to where we were last year, but, you know, just constantly thinking about the car every day, every night, you know, just, you know, it's been a long year, but looks like it's very promising for this coming event.
So you had positive results. I know you didn't run it full track. You ran it to your shift point and shut it off, but you can tell off the early incremental numbers that, you know, you're pretty close to where you were, right?
Yes. We're very satisfied with the way things went over this weekend. Looks like we're taking off right where we left off from last March meet.
Well, that's good, and it's finally a March meet, man.
Yes,
and it's
the March meet in May.
The March meet in May,
yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Well, what's the plan? You go back up there, and you've done your testing, so now you can just go for it in qualifying, right?
Yep, we have one test session on Thursday, which we're going to use as a confirmation pass. You know, make sure everything's good, and you know, get back into the groove again. You know, it's we got a great crew that repeats with the car, and that's one thing I always tell people is that, you know, I feel so comfortable with the people that are on the car right now that, you know, we do race on a budget, of course, like most of the teams out there in this class, and you know, if we don't have to warm it up, we don't, and I feel very confident every time that car pulls up to the starting line and I'm sitting in it.
Well, that's the main thing for a driver, to be comfortable and you know, with his crew, obviously, and the car. So,
yes.
You know, that's a good thing, having the crew. It's one of the most important things, I say.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
So you're off a year. What do you do about, you know, putting on the COVID pounds? Huh? You still got to fit in the car, right?
Oh, yeah. Actually, most of the people are saying they have the COVID 20, the COVID 15. I have the COVID -10, so.
Well, there you go.
Yep, that was one of the deals where, the gym's closed down, so I had my dad at his house dig up some of the old weights that I had hanging around and just started really being careful with what I ate and did a little home workout in my tiny apartment, and eventually I started weighing myself again. I was like, wow, I'm down 10 pounds. So, you know, it's gonna help the car. I feel great, so, you know, you can't complain on that.
Well, as a crew chief, I always look for my driver to be lean and mean and a fighting machine. So, sounds like you're there, buddy.
Yes.
Car's running good results from testing, and
yes,
you fit in the car good, and it's time to go at it.
It is time to go at it. I mean, this past year, I've been doing all the things I've been meaning to do for the past 7-8 years. You know, we have scrap material in the garage at Tom's house, so I'm in there building, you know, like a little computer box instead of having a little plate on the car.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of doing the things I've been meaning to do for a long time. A lot of the things like, you know, cutting down the body screws so they're not over long, you know, holding tin together. Just the stuff that you just look at it and you're like, I can make it better.
Yeah.
I don't have a ton of money, but I can make it better by doing this.
Well, Ryan, I remember years ago seeing you work on cars. How did it evolve to where you could start driving these cars?
Well, it goes back from when I started working on, you know, the professional cars. I remember having lunch with Roland Leong, and this was like during an off weekend, and he asked me, what do you want to do? And I said, you know, I'd like to drive. And back then I was about 80 pounds heavier. And he looked at me, he said, you know, don't take this the wrong way, but you'd have to lose weight. And I thought, makes perfect sense, right? You don't put a 300-pound person on a racehorse.
Well, if Roland Leong is gonna give you advice, you're gonna listen to it.
Yes,
right?
I mean, you're talking about one of the car owners that had the most drivers in his car. You take that advice and you take it to heart. And so several years later, I was like, I really want to progress in this sport. I don't want to just be another guy that was involved in it. I want to leave my mark. So that's when I started losing weight and eventually began talking to more and more people, getting a license in Jerry Darian's A-Fuel car. And 2 years later, I was getting my license in Tom Lemon's alcohol funny car before we switched over to Nostalgia funny car. So it was one of those deals where just, wanting to do it so bad, not only just wanting to do it, but just pretty much having a tunnel vision on doing this. And that's how a lot of people, succeed, is just by laser focusing on something that they're passionate about. And this is my life. I live the race, and I still work on race cars to earn money. So it's something that I'm very thankful for, all the people that have supported me all over the years, and it's led me to this point where I couldn't be happier.
Well, it's good to have a driver that's mechanical too. I know I seen you at Brad Anderson's putting blocks together.
Mm-hmm.
New blocks, and you were there for quite a while.
Yeah.
Till the COVID stuff hit.
Right.
Then they thinned out the people, and you were unfortunately one of them. But
right.
It's a good experience working out there with Donnie and Andre. And,
oh, absolutely. Right? Absolutely. Yeah, there's a great bunch of guys there. They're all racers. So when Brad hired me a few years ago, he goes, "I'll give you time off to go run the car. I know Tom and you only run the car a few times a year. Just put it on the calendar and you're set." I couldn't pass that up.
Brad's a pretty fair guy.
Yes, he is.
Especially in his, his older. As he gets older, he's mellowed out some. Because before he wouldn't have given you that time. Right.
Yep.
So anyway, well, we wish you luck at March meet. I don't know how many cars are going to be there, Darr.
Blake said 23 funny cars as of last Saturday.
It's going to be a different event, even though it's been a year and the race.
Nighttime qualifying.
Nighttime qualifying. There you go. So that'll be different. But having a year off of the track, and they've struggled. They've tried to keep it open. They've had a lot of test sessions for people, and Blake goes right by the rules that they hand him because he doesn't want to get in any trouble with it, and he wants to keep the doors open up there. So he's put in a lot of effort. And it's amazing, we went up there for several test sessions, Darr, you and I, and I'd walk out there and look around, and man, there wouldn't be a piece of paper, nothing on the property. It's all cleaned and manicured, and John Bowser does a great job doing that, but that whole staff up there just really cares about that place, and they care about the racers, and it's I think that's why it's so fun to go up there, right?
Oh, absolutely. I feel so comfortable running at that track because I know they have the game down.
Yeah.
They really do.
It's one of the best prepared tracks in the country. I've said that before. It's just as good as any national event prep track out there. They've got all the right equipment, and the people are trained, and they're real passionate about what they do. So it's going to be interesting, and I'm sorry I'm going to miss it.
Yeah, I wish you were going to be there.
Jimmy Prock's son, Thomas Prock, is marrying my goddaughter, Hallie Galvin, which is Pat Galvin's daughter, and that had been postponed for a year because of COVID, and now we got to go back there in Charlotte, and been trying to make arrangements, and man, why can't we get a flight? Why can't we even get a rent-a-car? Well, guess what? It's the Coca-Cola 600 when we're in Charlotte. Oh. And we're getting married at Richard Childress's vineyard.
Wow.
So it's, I don't know, it's going to be a busy weekend, Darr. But I know you'll have coverage out there for everybody, and try to keep everybody informed of what's going on during qualifying and the elimination results.
Well, the thing that we're going to do, too, is every morning, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're going to have sort of wrap up from the previous day, and what's going on, and drivers like Rian and Bobby Cottrell and
Well, like we did at the Good Vibrations
Right.
tent. You're
That's
going to
right.
continue that, right?
Yeah, we're going to do it up in Blake's office. We'll do it live, and we'll do it before 10 a.m. 10 a.m. is when the first cars go down the track. So we'll start probably at 9:30 in the morning
Yeah.
and do a live thing.
And this is a Good Vibrations race,
It
correct?
is a Good Vibrations March Meet presented by Lucas Oil.
Man, it just, I can't thank Good Vibrations enough. James and Jim Mayer for their support of all the racing and, what they do for all the racers. They got a pretty good fan base and a customer base out there, and I can't think of anybody that does a better job.
Well, and they're going to be racing Sifka cars there. They'll be bringing their own Good Vibrations cars along with a total of 8 Sifka cars, and then there'll be some Double B Funny cars out of the Northwest up there. So
Yeah, that's
quite a
it.
collection of race cars.
I never paid attention to that much, Sivka, but since James Mayer brought that thing back to life, it's pretty interesting, and I hang around their cars a little bit at the shop, and they're pretty trick little cars.
They are, yeah.
They're on alcohol, they're not on nitro, but it could pass for a nitro car if you look at it, and they're so well prepped that, we wish them luck up there with the Sifka program. Hope that goes well so we can continue to see them up there at Bakersfield.
Yep.
So.
And it's great to have Good Vibrations involved with this sport. I mean, it's really nice that they're local to us. Just drive down the freeway. We got to pick up some parts, and they have such a great supply and stock of what we use. And I've met them years ago, and I love dealing with them. They're just a great group of people. Jim and James, I've always, every time we get a chance, we go sit down and talk.
What
with
about
them.
dealing with me? You come down here at McLeod, you buy some clutch discs.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing
No.
good to say about how you get treated here?
No.
Huh?
Donnie's always taking care of me.
He's got the best clutch discs out there, and if you want the same one he's got, you better give me a call because the clutch discs are going fast.
Hopefully we use them up.
Yeah,
in a good
hopefully
way.
you go fast,
Yep,
right?
and hopefully we use them up in the right way.
Well, you put them in at testing, and everything seemed to go okay,
Yes.
and you guys are happy.
Yes,
so
very happy.
We'll keep you with the same hardness and
Yep.
the same batch number on the disc, and that's it. And like I said, if anybody needs any good discs and floaters, give me a call. I'm here at McLeod, and we've got plenty of inventory for you. But with that being said, we just wish everybody good luck at the March meet in May. All right, stay tuned.
Good Vibrations Motorsports specializes in the parts you need for gas, alcohol, and nitro engines. If you're muscling a funny car or top fueler down the quarter mile, cutting a rooster tail across the lake, or cruising the boulevard, Good Vibrations has the blower and fuel system solutions for your personal ride and race car. If you want to go fast, really fast, then Good Vibrations Motorsports is ready to hear from you at goodvibesracing.com. Now let's get back to more Nitro reports.
Well, also I wanted to mention the United Nitro Funny Cars, that there is going to be a limited schedule this year, and confirmed yesterday that the good guys race at Pacific Raceways up in Seattle. July 23rd will be a funny car only race. Friday night it'll be a modified Chicago. Everybody makes 2 runs, and then the 2 quickest winners come back for a final. Under the lights, I mean, it was killer last 2 years ago.
Anytime it's under the lights.
Yeah, it was
it's killer.
great. And then the September 17th and 18th, the Southwest Nitro Shootout and Tucson Dragway reunion at Tucson Dragway. Hope Ryan Konno can make that one. And then we're negotiating another UNFC race, the Nitro Finals, at a location to be determined, but hopefully in October before the
Fontana?
reunion. God, I wish Fontana would just open.
They're done now, right?
I don't know.
I saw a picture of bulldozers taking everything down. So
Jeez.
no more drag racing there.
I don't know. It's just, it's tough because I've been out there autocross with my son Zach, and we have a great time. It's like, why can you run go-karts and radio controlled cars and autocross, but you couldn't run a drag strip? You know, like on the plans with the county, they're going to reduce the size of that 2 mile track, I
Half
think,
mile.
to a half-mile bull ring. And okay, you know, who knows what that's going to
Well,
do? to
NASCAR's
Irwindale.
not getting any people to 1.5 mile tracks. They're back when they started building them. That's the only track they wanted to build. They thought that was it.
And
That's
you
all
remember when they at Fontana when they pulled what was it 2,000 seats off of each end to push everybody toward the middle and made it motorhome parking. You know, it's all of a sudden those grandstands disappeared. You know, to push them together. It's always been tough. You know, the NASCAR's always been tough at Fontana, and they've never been able to put in a full-size nitro race because of noise abatement. It's got to be 95 decibels at the property line, and you can't do that. Even in the middle of all the industry that's down there, you can't do it.
Well, we did run a funny car show there.
And we're probably part of the problem. That.
Yeah. So, I remember running. There was Steve Romanozzi's Warrior, #1 qualifier.
Hey, how's Romanozzi's car coming?
Romanozzi's car's coming. It's basically done. We're looking for a rig to haul it around with now, and we looked at one last week, and everything was good. And we're ready to buy it, and the motor in the truck was not what we're looking for. It's a problem. The Packard motor in a Kenworth is not the motor to have. They have nothing but problems with it. So we had a mechanic there that runs Ecology Auto Wrecking, maintaining all them trucks, and he says, you don't want that motor. So beautiful rig, ready to buy it. So now we're on to something else. It just Steve and I are getting back together, and it's going to be no drama. We're going to have fun and no stress. So like I told him, we didn't get this truck, but we're not going to stress out over it. There's going to be another truck down the road, and there'll always be another race. Of course, we wanted to be at the March meet. Yeah. It's only an hour from his house, but it didn't work out.
Well, he better come down there.
First class car. And, a lot of people are hanging out wanting to see it.
And how's
last time I was there? Butch Leal, the California Flash, came by, so we got to have him on the show.
He's an awesome guy.
Radjic's
car's coming along okay?
It's coming slow, but
I saw you put a new cage on it.
Yeah, Jeff Moniz and Keith Clark did that, and pedals, and really updated the car because he didn't fit in it good, and we got a new seat. And my big deal is these guys got to be comfortable and safe, and that's what we're worried about first, and then we'll finish putting it together. But we got a short block and a clutch ready to go in it, and it just takes time. And Steve Radjick's a busy guy.
And it's going to start out as a fuel altered.
Yes, and then we're going to have a body like Ryan Konos, and we're going to paint it the LA Hooker colors, and have Steve Condit come to the races with us.
Oh, killer!
Yeah. Super hog.
I have to be there for that.
Oh yeah, everybody's talking about it. So.
Hey, I wanted to mention one thing that Kevin Stith has been doing for junior dragster people is an introductory thing for grandma to put down her credit card and get a hero set of T-shirts for their kids.
Nice.
So I'll make this put this onto the video when I edit it. But this is something that everybody needs to keep in mind. If you're a junior dragster person, call Kevin Stith at Stith Printing, or when you're up at the Good Vibrations March meet, take the time to walk over to his trailer and talk to him about his junior dragster program. It's pretty cool.
Well, how about his other racing programs? He does pretty well, and I'm going to be ordering shirts from him. He's the best. Yeah, the best out there. If you don't believe me, go see his concessions trailer.
Oh yeah,
at the March meet.
Yeah,
he got the best designs out there and good quality shirts, and they don't shrink to a medium when you buy a XXL.
Well, and he's got Don Cook's car now. That T-shirt's finished.
God rest his soul.
There's a bunch of new shirts and as well as the March Meet collection of vintage shirts that they put together, and so it's lots of good things happening there. And I got one more shot on Wednesday. I'm going to stop at Good Vibration and see if they've got anything going up to Bakersfield, because I'm headed up there Wednesday as well for the rest of the week.
Well, that's our other family, Darr. We always got to help them out.
Yeah.
And, hopefully they're ready. I know they had some trouble when they went to Sacramento.
Yeah.
They blew a steering tire in their Totodrome. And, that's pretty scary. They're lucky that no further damage actually happened.
Well, you know, a great place to get that taken care of is at Benchmark RV. Huh?
Yeah, well,
Because you may not know this, but Benchmark's going to come on as an advertiser on Nitro Reports.
oh, nobody told me.
Well, they wanted to do it live on camera.
Mike's finally spreading that money around, huh?
Actually, my deal is with Jeanette.
Oh, does Mike know about it?
I don't care.
Oh.
Jeanette and I made a deal, okay?
Oh boy. Well,
You know, they want to retire and go on, you know, to their place in Montana, right?
they're pretty much there all the time
That's
anyway. And
This time of year, you're hard pressed to find them in any other place except a drag strip.
races or
Yeah.
Montana, which hey, God bless them, man. They've worked hard and they got a great business up there, Benchmark RV, and you can store your vehicles there. You can get them repaired. You can pull it up and they'll drain all your tanks and fill your propane. It's a full service outlet.
So I'm working on a commercial for them. I'll have it done for next month, and
Is he going to open with a Bob Reel Cackle car?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Better not.
I don't know if they want to
Otherwise-
publicize that he works there.
No, he doesn't like the crackle cars.
That's it. Well, I'm gonna go pack up, clean lenses, and
I got to get Ryan Kono some clutch discs.
yeah, you do.
You know, get him out of here. He's
a
on the
busy guy.
run. Yeah, he's a busy guy, man. So we appreciate him being on the show. We roped him into it. Won't sell him clutch discs till he gets on the show, right?
Yeah, sign this waiver here.
Well, Darr, you have a good time up there.
I'm going
I'll be
to, thanks.
checking in with you. I'll be in North Carolina at the Proc Galvin wedding,
Yeah.
which my daughter's in.
That's a huge meeting of the drag racing minds.
Yeah, well, they're all going to be there. And thank God they ran the race today, because if they would have postponed it for the weekend, it would have been ugly. But
Talk about not being able to get a rental car.
so anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Enjoy your coverage, and maybe you're going to be at the March meet. If you are, hunt down Darr Hawthorne. He'll get free autographs all weekend.
I do have some new stickers that I just got for Nitro Reports, so I'll
Ryan
be
can
giving
put
those
some
out.
on his car.
I think they're on your car, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
And I'm going to
I got
have him
them.
get some McLeod stickers on it.
Good deal. Good deal. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later this week on at the Good Vibrations March meet. I'm Darr Hawthorne and he's Donnie Couch.
Thanks for tuning in.